everyone, and a pleasant good evening to you wherever you may be. I am Tony Abatey, and we are here at the Tiger Dome, back at the Tiger Dome for the final time during this regular season this year, as the Fort Scott Tigers and Lady Tigers will take on the Independence Bulldogs and Lady Bulldogs tonight. First up, of course, the girls' game. And they are announcing the starting lineup, so we'll go ahead and do that as well. The Fort Scott Lady Tigers will go with their usual starting lineup. 5'6" sophomore Abby Gorman, 5'6" senior Raven Kegler, 5'6" junior Allie Brown, 5'9" senior Keegan Yarrick, and 5'11" junior Kylie Comstock. For the Lady Bulldogs tonight, they will go with 5'9" sophomore Brooklyn Maddox, 5'11" senior Alex Jones, 5'9" sophomore Kalia Lemos, 5'6" senior Cam Etchison, and 5'11" senior Tion Johnson. Lady Tigers come in at 18-1 overall. They are 11-0 in the SCK League. They are already SCK League champs, but they are trying to finish an undefeated SCK League season this year. Do that with a win tonight, obviously. The Lady Bulldogs come in at 12-7 overall. They're 7-4 in the SCK League. Prashawn Steps, of course, the head coach of the Lady Tigers. Head coach of the Lady Bulldogs is Bryson Byrne. Independents will be in their road black uniforms with the white letters and numbers, white and orange trim. The Lady Tigers in their home white uniforms with the red letters and numbers, red and black trim, and we are underway. Independents had to chase the ball down, and they get the first possession, and now we have a turnover, as there'll be a travel called there on Independence. So the ball goes over to Fort Scott for the first time tonight. Lady Tigers, well, their seating is pretty much locked up in next week's sub-state tournament. We'll tell you more about that as we go along here tonight. Pass goes inside and get it to Yarrick there. Turnaround shot is good for Keegan Yarrick. So she'll start the scoring for the Lady Tigers here tonight. Your first quarter brought to you by Edward Jones financial advisor Jamie Armstrong. Edward Jones has been advising customers in the world of finance for over 100 years. Financial advisor Jamie Armstrong continues that tradition here in Fort Scott. Contact Jamie by phone at 620-223-1866 or email Jamie at jamie.armstrong@edwardjones.com. Missed shot there by Tion Johnson of Independence, and Fort Scott gets the rebound. They'll bring it quickly into the front court. Pass goes back over to Yarrick. Three-pointer on the way from Keegan, a little bit too short. Rebound taken by Independence. Etchison will bring it quickly up the floor on the left side. Stops there on the wing, being guarded in this 2-3 zone, well, at the moment there, by Abby Gorman. Turnaround shot again, no good by Johnson. I'm not looking at the stat sheet right now, but I believe she was the leading scorer for Independence down in Indy a few weeks ago. Of course, a win by Fort Scott that night. Lady Tigers in the first half of that one shot right around 15% from the floor. They were able to ramp it up in the second half and won. That final score was 37-29, but it was obviously a low-scoring affair and tough shooting night for the Lady Tigers in that one. Tion Johnson gets a bucket that time, or third time's the charm there, and that'll tie things up 2-all here in the first quarter with 5:40 to go. Allie Brown gets it across the timeline. She'll go right side into the hands of Keegan Yarrick. Shot there by Keegan doesn't go. She got the rebound and then lost it out of bounds. Looked like it hit off of an Independence foot, and then it was touched last by Keegan as she tried to corral it again, and it goes out of bounds. So it'll be Independence basketball. They'll bring it up the court here. Maddox puts it across the timeline over to Etchison on the right side wing. Again, Fort Scott in their 2-3 zone. Independence over to Etchison. Long three on the way. That one off the rim, doesn't go. Rebound loose inside. Still loose inside. Finally taken there by Etchison. She'll drive in, hit the bottom of the backboard with the shot there. Rebound Fort Scott ahead to Brown. Allie's got a lane for a layup. She'll take it in there. Shot off the glass is good. Well, Brown gets the Lady Tigers the lead back here at 4-2. 4:45 to go in the first quarter. Etchison gets it across the timeline. Now down into the corner it goes. Move there, and a shot by Jones off the rim, no good. Rebound put back by Independence. That one doesn't go, and Raven Kegler comes away with the board for the Lady Tigers. Kick it down the court. Left side wing, it goes to Gorman. Gorman now brings it to the top and around to the right. Man-to-man defense here early on from Independence. He'll kick it over to Keegan Yarrick. Now back to Brown at the top of the key. Coming up on 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Pass deflected. It'll go out of bounds. They'll say last touched by Abby Gorman. I don't think Coach Steps sure thought that was touched by Independence last. Sure looked like it was touched by Independence at some point from where we sit. Pass goes inside. Shot there. Doesn't go for Johnson. Rebound taken by Fort Scott. We got a whistle, and they're going to call tie ball. Possession arrow favors Fort Scott here, so the Lady Tigers will get it back. 3:43 to go here in the first quarter. Pass goes to Yark. Now back out it comes. Over to Keegan on the right side wing. Keegan looks inside, and now we got a whistle. It looks like a foul going to be called on Independence. It'll be the first foul of the game. Foul's going to be on Tion Johnson, her first. Again, the first foul of the game. Now we got a shot off the glass, doesn't go, but Keegan's got the putback. That one also a little bit too short, rebounded by Independence. So come quickly into the front court. Etchison has a full head of steam, and a charge is going to be called. That full head of steam went the way of the Tigers, went against Etchison that time, her first foul. And the ball will go back to the Lady Tigers here with 3:05. Now Fort Scott's going to get a couple of subs, as they'll get J.C. Rogers, a 5'9 sophomore, into the game. They also will put in Claire McElroy, a 5'8 sophomore, as Raven Kegler will check out. Also, Kylie comes out. Just under 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Gorman's got it. Still 4-2. Fort Scott with the lead. Trying to find a bucket here. Pass goes left side. Brown's got it. Little pass a little bit too tall that time for Rogers. And he goes out of bounds back over to Independence. 2:41 to go here in the first quarter. Still 4-2. Thanks for joining us on Duckbait TV tonight. Three-pointer from Etchison. That's missed everything, but it went right to Johnson, who puts in the putback. So Tion Johnson has all 4 Indy points, and they've tied it again at 4 apiece. Ball deflected, now picked back up by Fort Scott. Now a foul. And that's Tion Johnson's second foul. Aubrey Yarrick will come in for Fort Scott. Independence got a sub as well. I believe that's Madeline Bichier, 5'8 sophomore, who's checked in for Johnson. And also Aubrey Yarrick, 5'8 sophomore for the Lady Tigers, on the floor now. Three-pointer on the way. That one's off the rim, no good. Rebound taken by Fort Scott, though. Drive in by McElroy. Shot at the bottom of the rim. Rebound taken by Independence. Still 4-all here in this one. Bit of a sluggish first quarter tonight. Pass, picked off by Keegan Yarick. Yarick will bring it all the way down the floor. 1-on-3, but lays it up and in. So Keegan has 4 here in the first quarter. Lady Tigers have 6, lead it by 2. Three-pointer on the way from Independence. That one goes. So a shot there by Brooklyn Maddox will put Independence out in front for the first time tonight at 7-6. 8 seconds to go in the first quarter. Gorman brings it down, kicks it over to Yarick on the right side wing. Keegan drives in, shot off the glass, goes! 1 second to go, and that will end the first quarter. So Keegan Yarick puts the Lady Tigers on top at the end of 8 minutes. It is 8-7. Fort Scott with the lead at the end of the first quarter here tonight. Once again, your first quarter brought to you tonight by Edward Jones financial advisor Jamie Armstrong. Edward Jones has been advising customers in the world of finance for over 100 years. Financial advisor Jamie Armstrong continues that tradition in Fort Scott. Contact Jamie by phone at 620-223-1866 or email Jamie at jamie.armstrong@edwardjones.com. If you're on your way to the Tiger Dome, don't forget to take part in the chili feed and the auction going on, silent auction, I believe, going on. Lady Tigers trying to get some things going offensively here as Independence has the ball first in this second quarter. And now the ball's knocked out of bounds, thrown out of bounds by Independence. So Fort Scott will have the basketball with 7:30 to go here in the first half. Rogers has the ball, now kicks it back to Yarick. Into the corner it goes to Brown. Now inside to Kylie. Tries to move around a defender. Got fouled on the way to the hoop there, so free throws coming. Foul will be on Alex Jones, her first one of the second quarter. And Kylie Comstock will head to the line for two. First one is good by Kylie. Second one is up there, and it is also good. Kylie's first points of the night. She makes both free throws there. Comstock, a 56% free throw shooter, 7th on the team, but made them both there. Shot deflected. Nice block by Comstock. Rebound taken there by Kylie as well, and she'll get it ahead to Rogers, and they'll bring it, McElroy. They'll bring it across the timeline. Now to Brown. She'll drive down to the baseline, kicks it over to Aubrey Yarick. Now back out to Keegan, inside to Kylie. Kylie brings that ball down, now kicks it, tries to go back up through the defender, and will draw another foul on Independence here. Foul on, I thought they called foul. Maybe they called tie ball. They have not put a foul up on the scoreboard. Maybe they called jump ball instead. At any rate, Lady Tigers will have the inbound here. Excuse me. Aubrey Yarick has it on the right side. Now they go back inside to Kylie. Shot there, off the rim, doesn't go. Kylie gets her own rebound, though, kicks it back out to Allie. Allie drives to the baseline, tries to pass it across. It's deflected, but picked back up by Fort Scott. Out to McElroy for three. That one doesn't go. Long rebound, chased down by McElroy. I think she was out of bounds, though, so it'll go back over to Independence. Great hustle by Claire, though. 6:15 to go in the second quarter. Lady Tigers with the lead at 10-7. Independence brings it across the timeline. They get it to Be Sure. Now inside it goes. Shot is good there by Tion Johnson, who's back on the floor with 2 fouls here in the first half, but she draws a foul on Fort Scott. Now has a chance to tie the game at 10. It'll be the first foul on the Lady Tigers this evening. It goes on Claire McElroy. Free throw is no good. Rebound Fort Scott. Aubrey Yarick chases it down. Now over to Keegan. She'll get it across the timeline. Works it to the left. Now kicks it back to her sister Aubrey. Round to Allie. Brown's got it out front. Again, being guarded man-to-man by Etchison here. Now pass goes inside. It's deflected away as Independence is trying to double-team Kylie right now. To get their hands in the passing lane and get the steal. 5 and coming up on 5.5 to play. Now a steal by, well, nearly a steal by Fort Scott. Keegan able to knock it away from her opposing player, Maddox. Indy gets it back, though. Now pass goes inside, turn around. Oh, and a shot is blocked by Kylie. That's at least her second tonight. She averages 1.5 blocks per night. So she's already got that with 2. She has had 4 in a game 4 different times. See if she can break that as we go on here tonight. We got a whistle, and looks like a moving screen on Fort Scott. It'll be on Claire, and that'll be the second one on Claire tonight. So she will come out, and Abby Gorman will check back in. Gorman will join Allie Brown, Keegan Yarick, Aubrey Yarick, and Kylie Comstock. The 5 on the floor in white right now for the Lady Tigers. Maddox passes it to Etchison. Now they try to get it over far side. It's picked off by Fort Scott. They've got numbers. Ahead to Brown. Allie stops, pops, and scores. Fort Scott adding to their lead again. It's now 12-9. Be Sheer, I believe, rather. Has the ball, now kicks it back around to the top to Etchison. Drive to the lane, now they kick it back out. 3-pointer on the way. That one no good by Etchison, but rebounded by Independence. Out to Be Sheer, she'll chuck it from deep. That one doesn't go, and Keegan comes away with a rebound for the Lady Tigers. Just under 4 minutes to go. And pass, who's trying to get it ahead. It looked like Abby Gorman. Abby was not looking for the ball, and it's going to be stolen back by the Lady Bulldogs here. So 3:45 to go in the second quarter. Fort Scott with the lead at 12-9. Pass goes into the corner. Drive. Baseline, throw right to Gorman. She'll pick it off, come back the other way. Brown, shot off the glass, rolls in there. Allie has 6, and now we got a timeout. Fort Scott's going to take a timeout. It'll be a full timeout for the Lady Tigers. State Farm agent Cale Nelson is your local agent for home and auto. Contact Cale for a quote by visiting Cale's website, calenelson.com, or give Cale a call, 620-224-2828. Joey Fritter is a loan officer with Open Mortgage. Open Mortgage is a multi-channel mortgage lender believing that better is possible, constantly striving to bring a better mortgage experience to everyone. Joey can assist you in buying a home from start to finish. Her office is located at 1 East Wall Street in Fort Scott. Call today to get pre-qualified for a home loan at 620-644-8146. Highway 3 has modern personalized fleece name blankets along with fun and unique personalized gifts. You can also now find Highway 3 products at several retail stores in the area. For more information, follow their Facebook page at facebook.com/shophighway3 or check out their website, shophighway3.com. 3:26 to go here in the second quarter. The Lady Tigers will be on defense coming out of the timeout as Independence will have the basketball, and they're going to try to get it in. They tried a little bit too hard there to get it to Maddox. They finally do, but there was a lot of, probably about 4.5 seconds before they got it inbounds. Shot, another block by Kylie Comstock. She'll grab the rebound, taken out, and here come the Lady Tigers running down the floor again. Pass kicked by Indy, so it'll stay with Fort Scott. 3:07 to go in the second quarter. Fort Scott has Allie, Keegan, Kylie, Abby Gorman, and J.C. Rogers on the floor right now. Inbounds play comes into Kylie. Now back around to Brown. They'll get it to the other side to Gorman. She'll drive to the baseline. A little floater goes. So Riley Cowan gets her first points, and the Lady Tigers increase that lead once again. It's now 16-9. Indy throws it to the corner. Etchison's got it there. Now we got a whistle, and they're going to call a foul, it looks like, on Fort Scott. Tough luck there for Abby Gorman. It'll be her first foul of the night. Independence will get another sub as Tione Johnson will check back in, replacing Beshear. Again, remember, Johnson has 2 fouls, got them fairly early in this game, but she also has 6 of the 9 Indy points. The only other bucket was a 3-pointer by Brooklyn Maddox. And ball's lost out of bounds by the Bulldogs. It'll go back over to Fort Scott with 2:29 to go here in the first half. Fort Scott, a little bit of a sluggish start to this one, but they've played a lot better here in the second quarter, looking to get some momentum and get a nice little cushion here before the break. Pass goes inside, deflected, stolen away, but thrown right back to Keegan Yarrick. Over to Gorman for 3. Doesn't go. Rebound taken there by Independence. Etchison's got it. She'll bring it quickly across the timeline. Here's a floater for Etchison. A little bit too short. Rebound Tigers. Keegan Yarrick. She'll bring it up against the defense. Now heads to Gorman. Now back to Keegan. Keegan drives and looked like maybe dribbled on off her leg. It's picked up by Etchison. Here comes Etchison. We got a whistle and another foul. A charge foul again on Etchison. That's her second of the night. Great positioning by Allie Brown to draw that charge. And Fort Scott's going to force another Lady Bulldog turnover. Again, we've talked about this all year. The Fort Scott Lady Tigers have forced nearly 17 turnovers per game this year. 16.8 to be exact. And they've already forced several here in the first half tonight, but they turn it right back over to Indy. Etchison brings it down. A little hop, skip. 3-pointer will go. And now Kylie Comstock, who maybe twisted an ankle, fell kind of awkwardly. And it looks like she's okay. That was the whistle, the stoppage there for her. But it looks like she's okay. She got up on her own power. Etchison makes her first basket there on that previous possession. A shot there doesn't go for Fort Scott. Indy gets the rebound out to Etchison. She'll bring it down the floor, kicks it over to the right corner. Now they'll get it back out top into the hands of Maddox. Down low. Shot there is no good. Rebound taken towards the corner. Now picked up there by Independence once again. They'll get it back inside. Shot there off the glass. Doesn't go. Rebound Fort Scott. .34 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Lady Tigers lead it by 4 at 16-12. And we got a whistle. They're going to call a blocking foul on Independence. It's going to go on Kalia Lemos. Her first, team's third of the quarter. Still a couple of fouls to give here in this second with 27.9 seconds to play. Inbounds pass comes into Kylie Comstock near the center circle. Now they get it back over to Gorman. Fort Scott trying to get some rest for Keegan Yark as she's on the bench right now. Pass goes inside to Rogers. Shot a little bit too strong. Nice rebound on the backside by Kylie. Shot no good, but a foul, and Kylie will go to the free throw line with 13.6 seconds to go in the second quarter. Foul's going to go on Brooklyn Maddox, her first. Kylie's shooting two. That one rolled around the rim and falls through there. Second attempt for Kylie. She makes them both. Comstock struggled early from the free throw line, but has shot much better from the charity stripe here in the second half of the season. He's made all four she's attempted here tonight. Etchison drives in, shot goes. At the buzzer here for the second quarter, so a little anticlimactic, but Etchison makes the shot. And that'll cut it back to a 4-point game here at the break. Fort Scott with the lead, 18-14 over Independence. So Fort Scott with the lead here at the break. 18-14 is your score. Let's take a look at the leading scorers in this one so far. Excuse me. First for Fort Scott, the Lady Tigers are being led by Allie Brown and Keegan Yark. Both have 6 points for Fort Scott. Kylie Comstock has 4, and Riley Cowan, Abby Gorman has 2. For Independence tonight, they're being led by Tion Johnson. We talked about her leading scorer. She also spent a good portion of the second quarter on the bench in foul trouble for Independence. But she has 6 for the Lady Bulldogs. Kim Etchison, the last 5 of the game for Independence there in the second quarter. So she's got 5 total, and then Brooklyn Maddox had a 3-pointer. So, again, pretty sluggish first half shooting-wise for both teams, as Fort Scott only leads 18-14. But they're in front, and that's a big deal here tonight. Fort Scott Lady Tigers, again, they pretty much got everything wrapped up that they could at this point, except for an undefeated SEK League season. So they're trying to get that completed here tonight. Fort Scott should be the 1 seed. I say it that way because I may have misread something on the Acacia website. So just want to make sure we allow for that. But reading through things and looking at the standings and possible matchups and things like that, and what I have come up with, at least at this point, is Fort Scott. And we've known this for a couple of weeks now for the Lady Tigers. But Fort Scott going into next week, the sub-state tournament, they will be at home on Tuesday night. If they win on Tuesday, they will be at home on Friday night. No matter who they play, those are the nights they'll play, and they'll play both of those games at home. Fort Scott should be the number 1 seed on the girls' side. I don't believe there's any way, as Bishop Miege is 2 games behind with 1 game to go. That's tonight, of course. There is no way for them to catch them in the standings. So Fort Scott should be the number 1 seed. That means they will take on the number 16 team in 4A, and that team should be Paola. Paola and Rock Creek are both tied at 4-16. They're done. Rock Creek finished their season earlier in the week. Paola finished their season last night. The first tiebreaker is head-to-head if it applies. And in the case of Rock Creek and Paola, it does apply. Rock Creek defeated Paola in their midseason tournament this year, so Rock Creek should get the 15 seed. Paola should get the 16 seed, which means the Lady Panthers, will be here on Tuesday night to face the Fort Scott Lady Tigers. Atchison, their website, their Acacia site said that they were done playing the 10 and 8. You can play 20 games. They've only got 18 recorded, but they do not have a game. Their girls don't have a game scheduled tonight. Their boys did, at least according to their schedule. So it may be different, but I think that's accurate, that they are done at 10 and 8. And so they should be the number 9 seed. We'll tell you why that's important for the Lady Tigers in a moment. If Fort Scott wins this game against Independence tonight, the Lady Bulldogs will finish with the 8th seed, which means then for Tuesday, Atchison will travel to Independence for that first-round game. The winner of that game would then come here to the Tiger Dome on Friday for the Sub-State Championship. So could, right at the end of next week, see these Independence Lady Bulldogs again. If Fort Scott, of course, takes care of business against Paola, that is a game that they've got familiarity with, as well as Fort Scott defeated Paola earlier this season 53-13 in the Paola Invitational. Of course, that was way back at the beginning of the season. Teams are a lot different now. Both teams are different now, so we'll see what that goes for next week. But again, that should be the case. Should be Fort Scott at home will be Fort Scott at home, but they should be playing Paola on Tuesday. And then, depending on what happens now, if Independence comes back and wins this game, that could change the 8th seed a little bit. But it looks like, at least right now, it's most likely going to be Fort Scott at home against Paola on Tuesday, and then if they win that, they will host the winner of Independence and Atchison. Again, Atchison might be playing tonight. I don't think they are from the way their website looked. And even if Atchison's 10 and 8, their website says they're done. Their winning percentage is 556. Parsons, I spent way too much time searching or looking this up last night, so I'm going to share it here while we've got a second at the break. Parsons is 10 and 9. They are at home tonight. They are at Chanute. If Parsons wins, and that's likely, if Parsons wins that game, or fairly likely, it should be a good game, but if Parsons wins that game in Chanute tonight, they will finish at 11 and 9. Now, an 11 and 9 winning percentage is 5.50. The 10 and 8 winning percentage is 5.56. So even if Parsons wins tonight, they will have one more win than Atchison. But if Atchison doesn't play, and it doesn't look like they are playing tonight, they will still have the better winning percentage. So, again, Atchison should be the 9 seed. If Independence loses this game, if Fort Scott wins this game tonight, Independence will be the 8th seed. So it'll be Atchison at Independence on Tuesday night. The winner of that game would then come to the Tiger Dome on Friday, should the Lady Tigers defeat Paola on Tuesday. So a lot of things there to think about. Just know the Lady Tigers are going to be at home on Tuesday and Friday next week. Tuesday for sure. If they win Tuesday, they'll be at home on Friday as well. And then that game on Friday, the winner would go to the state tournament. So out in Salina the following week. So looking forward to the Lady Tigers. They've got a great opportunity here. Boys, it's a little bit more convoluted, but we'll go over that when we get to the boys game in a little bit here tonight. But again, the Fort Scott Lady Tigers, they'll be at home for sure on Tuesday. And if they win that, they'll be at home on Friday. Again, they should play Paola on Tuesday, and they will likely play the winner of Independence Atchison on Friday should they win on Tuesday. So, again, lots of things going on. This is a fun time of year for me, especially. I love looking at the brackets, looking at the seedings, who might end up where. Keisha's made it. Keisha doesn't do any strength of schedule. They don't do it like a seeding meeting or anything like that like Missouri does. So it's just straight up your record. Whatever record is best gets the higher seed, and that's where the Lady Tigers are right now. They should be the number one seed whether they win this game or lose this game tonight. They would be at the worst 18-2, and second place Miege would be at the best if they win tonight. They would be 17-3. So Fort Scott would still have the better record, even if they don't pull out the win here tonight. But they're leading right now. And that's what we're hoping continues to be the case. 18-14 is your score here for the Lady Tigers at the break. Liberty Savings has been in Fort Scott since 1919, helping community members with their banking needs for over 100 years. Visit them at 24 South Judson or call 620-223-0300. H2 Painting LLC, the right way the first time. Look them up on Facebook at facebook.com/H2PaintingSCK or call them at 620-605-2769. Chad Cousins is your local 1842 Wealth Management Financial Advisor. Contact Chad for more information by email at chad@1842wealth.com or call Chad at 620-215-9240. Independence will start the quarter with the basketball. Again, the Lady Tigers lead it here, 18-14 at the break, and a quick turnover. And now Fort Scott turns it right back over to Independence. Lady Bulldogs will bring it across the timeline. Pass goes inside to Tion Johnson. Shot there by Johnson. Again, the leading scorer for Independence in the first half. And she gets the early bucket here in the third quarter. That'll make it 18-16 in favor of Fort Scott. Gorman has it on the left wing for the Lady Tigers. Again, thanks for joining us here on Duckbait TV. Just underway in the third quarter. Fort Scott with a 2-point lead now over Independence. Looking to salt away an undefeated SCK League season. They've already won the league championship outright. Trying to get an undefeated league championship. And now we got a whistle here on a rebound as we're going to get a foul on Raven Kegler. Raven's first foul. First foul of the third quarter as well on Fort Scott. 6:48 to go here in the third quarter. Fort Scott with a 2-point lead. Independence looking to tie things up, though, on this possession. Get it back out to Etchison. Etchison works it left side. Three-pointer on the way to try to take the lead. It doesn't go. Rebound, Raven underneath for Fort Scott. Get it out to Allie, and she'll bring it across the timeline. Being guarded there by Etchison. Allie lost it for a moment. Now it's loose. It goes out of bounds. And they're going to say it was last touched by Independence. So Keegan will throw it in right next to her head coach, Pashan Steps, down there on the sideline. They'll get it into Allie. They'll work it left to Gorman. Bring it to the top of the key. Now they'll go right side to Brown. Man-to-man defense here from Independence. They've played that most of the night tonight. Kylie's got it. She drives one way, now comes back the other way. Shot a little bit too short, though. Rebound in there by Independence. Johnson comes down with it. Now they get it out to Etchison. She'll put up a floater in the lane. That one goes, and we are tied at 18. Cam Etchison, a really slow start for her, but she scored 7. The last couple of minutes of the second quarter, and now the opening parts of the third quarter. Now we got a whistle, and it looks like a foul away from the ball. That'll be on Etchison. That's her third. It's her first non-charge foul, but it's her third foul of the game here. Fort Scott might want to go at her again. She stays out there with those 3 fouls. Brown, we got a whistle, and 5-second call. So turnover, back over to Independence. And sub here as Etchison will now come out for the Lady Bulldogs. And Madeline Beshear will check in. 5:17 to go here in the third quarter. Independence with the basketball back. We're tied at 18. Bulldogs with a chance to take the lead here. Pass goes inside to Johnson. And whistle, and they're going to travel on Johnson. She slid that pivot foot way too far, and ball goes back over to the Lady Tigers here. 5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Brown brings it up the floor. To the left side into the corner to Comstock. Kylie goes inside now to Keegan. Back out to Kylie. Around to Raven. Abby's got it. Now back to Kylie at the top. Allie takes the pass. She'll put one up from deep. That one doesn't go. Nice rebound by Keegan underneath. Lost it for a moment. Gets it back. Puts one up. Doesn't go. Rebound chased down by Independence as Lemos will take the ball. Now pass goes inside to Johnson. Turnaround shot there. That one no good. Rebound put back is good by Independence. So Brooklyn Maddox gets the bucket there. Now the Lady Bulldogs have the lead at 20-18. And Independence still playing for seeding in the sub-state tournament next week. If they win, they could. Got a foul here. Looks like on Lemos, her second. And now J.C. Rogers will check back in for the Lady Tigers. Raven Kegler will come out. Bounce play goes into Kylie. Turnaround shot there. Partially blocked. And a rebound comes down. Oh, my. Somebody just threw an elbow, and it nearly connected with the temple of Abby Gorman. Here's a shot at the other end by Independence. It's in and out, no good. Rebound, Fort Scott. Round to Comstock on the left wing. Now down low to Yarick. Keegan got stuck down there but kicks it back out. Nice shot off of the screen there, but it doesn't go for Allie Brown. In fact, Fort Scott does not have a three-pointer made in this game tonight yet. They trail at 20-18. Independence has the only shots made in this quarter. Now we got a whistle here. Foul's going to go on Alex Jones, her second. Fort Scott still does not have a point here in the third quarter. We're just under 3 minutes to play now in this frame. Lady Tigers got to get going offensively. Talked about this the other night against Coffeyville. There's a nice shot. There we go. At the bucket there for Comstock. Her first field goal of the night. She's got 6. She had 4 free throws in the first half. Her first field goal made. Now it's tied at 20 again. 2.5 to play. Talked about it against Independence the other night. At that point, we knew Fort Scott didn't have a lot to gain or lose from the results of these last 2 games. Three-pointer on the way. That one's good for Brooklyn Maddox. three-pointer, and now it's a 3-point Independence lead at 23-20. Fort Scott pretty much locked into at least the top 4 seed for the last couple of weeks. Three-pointer from Keegan Yark doesn't go. Rebound taken by Independence. But they haven't played as soundly as they're capable the last couple of games either, and so trying to clean some of those things up before you go into the sub-state tournament next week. Pass comes across, deflected, and it'll go out of bounds off of Fort Scott. Kylie and Allie will both check out as Claire McElroy and Aubrey Yark will come back in for the Lady Tigers, and now Coach Stepp's going to call a timeout. Second timeout he's called tonight. It's another full timeout. So 1:42 to go here in the third quarter. Lady Tigers trail by 3 at 23-20. Edward Jones has been advising customers in the world of finance for over 100 years. Financial advisor Jamie Armstrong continues that tradition here in Fort Scott. Contact Jamie by phone at 620-223-1866 or email Jamie at jamie.armstrong@edwardjones.com. State Farm agent Cale Nelson is your local agent for home and auto. Contact Cale for a quote at by visiting his website. Cale's website is calenelson.com. You can also give Cale a call at 620-224-2828. Joey Fritter is a loan officer with Open Mortgage. Open Mortgage is a multi-channel mortgage lender believing that better is possible, constantly striving to bring a better mortgage experience to everyone. Joey can assist you in buying a home from start to finish. Her office is located at 1 East Wall Street in Fort Scott, so call today to get pre-qualified for a home loan at 620-644-8146. Independence comes out of the timeout with the basketball. Shot there by Johnson, doesn't go. Rebound by Fort Scott inside. Out to Keegan. Trying to use Keegan on the block here early in this third quarter. Hasn't worked out for many points for Fort Scott. Try to run her off a couple of screens here. Get it over to Keegan on the left side wing. Now back out top to McElroy. Find Keegan again on the right side. We dip under a minute to play in the third quarter. Nice shot by Keegan. That one goes. So Yark, who had 6 at the break, now has her first bucket in the second half. That'll get the Lady Tigers back to within 1. Late third quarter. Pass to Johnson. She'll drive right around the free throw lane, but it's no good. Rebound by Fort Scott, and now we got a whistle and a foul on Independence. And it's going to be the third one on Kalia Lemos. It's also the fourth one on Independence. So last foul to give here in the third quarter. I haven't seen a lot of free throws tonight for either team. In fact, I don't believe Independence has been to the line yet. Fort Scott has been there 4 times. Kylie Comstock has shot all 4 of Fort Scott's free throws to this point. This goes left side. 15 seconds to go in the third. Back out to Keegan. She'll drive in. 15-footer. That one in and out, no good. Rebound, Johnson for Independence. 7 seconds to play. They'll get it out to Maddox. Maddox will bring it across the timeline. 2 seconds. Long three is not going to go at the horn, and that'll take us to the end of the third quarter with the score. Independence 23, Fort Scott 22. This is Fort Scott Lady Tiger basketball on Duckbait TV. Highway 3 has modern personalized fleece name blankets along with fun and unique personalized gifts. You can also now find Highway 3 products at several retail stores in the area. For more information, follow their Facebook page at facebook.com/shophighway3 or check out their website, shophighway3.com. I need to give you an update from the wrestling tournament. We'll give you that in just a little bit. State wrestling going on in Salina this weekend. Several Fort Scott Tigers and Lady Tigers have advanced. I'll try to tell you that at the next opportunity we get a chance to do that here. Lady Tigers in a dogfight with Independence here, though. Final regular season game of the year. Three-pointer on the way, and that one is good for Keegan Yorick. I'll put Fort Scott back out in front, 25-23. Pass to Etchison. She'll get it to Johnson across. Oh, and a blocked shot! I believe that's the fourth one for Kylie Comstock here in this game. That matches her season high. She's done that in 4 other games. 4 blocked shots. Shot here by Keegan is no good. But free throws coming for Yorick and the Tigers. Foul's going to go on Kalia Lemos. That is her 4th foul. And Keegan makes the first one. Second one on the way. Keegan makes that one as well. 27-23 now. Fort Scott back out in front by 4. Shot there. Doesn't go. Rebound by Comstock inside for Fort Scott. Out to McElroy. She'll bring it with a head of steam down the court. Brown gets it inside to Kylie. Turnaround shot there is good for Comstock. Fort Scott's needed a really good start to this 4th quarter. And they've got it back out to a 9-point lead. 6-point lead, 29-23. I can't do math. There's another missed shot by Independence. Rebound out to Brown. Now kicks it back out to Keegan Yorick. Here comes Kylie to set a screen for Brown. They tried to pass it back to Kylie, and it's knocked away inside. Shot there inside, doesn't go. Rebound Fort Scott. Yorick comes down the right side. Now kicks it out to McElroy for 3. That one a little bit too short. Rebound chased down by Keegan, though. She'll put one up. That one a little bit too short. Chase it down herself again in the corner. Now kicks it back out to Kylie. Playing out 35 feet from the basket right now. She'll try to set a screen for Keegan. Etchison gets over the top of it. Now a drive in. Shot doesn't go, but a foul as bodies fall all over the floor inside there. Foul on Independence. It's the 3rd foul on Alex Jones. Keegan goes back to the line for 2 more. That one's no good. First missed free throw by Fort Scott tonight. As a team, the Lady Tigers are a 63% free throw shooting team. And Independence will get Kalia Lemos back in the game again. She's got 4. Second free throw is good for Keegan. And Fort Scott will call another timeout. So Coach Steps, make sure everybody's on the same page here. They'll take their 3rd timeout. This is their first 30-second timeout they've taken tonight. unless I missed something, I believe Independence has all their timeouts remaining. Fort Scott has taken 3. Again, the Lady Tigers, no matter what happens tonight, results-wise, Fort Scott will be at home on Tuesday for the sub-state semifinals. And they should, should host Paola on Tuesday night. Excuse me. Independence gets it to Etchison. Gets it all the way down the floor. Now they get it right side. 5 minutes to go here in regulation time. Say that we've played 3 overtimes in the last week. Of course, all of those from the guys. We played 2 overtimes against Pittsburgh a week ago tonight. 1 overtime in Coffeyville on Tuesday. Now ball loose, picked up by Independence again. Shot there. It's going to be good. And they call a foul on Fort Scott. Foul on Claire McElroy, her 3rd, so not a lot of fouls called on the Lady Tigers here tonight, but most of them have been called on Claire, unfortunately. Bucket by Johnson was good. The free throw is also good by Johnson. That'll make it a 30-26 ball game here. Fort Scott still out in front. Aubrey Yarick has it now. Kicks it over to Brown on the right side wing. Back to Keegan at the top. Well, they left her open for 3. In and out, no good. Rebound. Aubrey inside, though. Tries to pass it to a team. It went off a couple of Independence hands and out of bounds. So Fort Scott will keep it. 4:15 to go here in regulation. Lady Tigers lead it by 4 at 30-26. Inbounds play comes in. They get it to Yarick off of a screen. In and out again from 3. Rebound taken inside, though, by McElroy. And they call a tie ball. So possession arrow favors Independence this time. Etchison drives around, and travel's going to be called on Etchison. And she's got to feel like they're picking on her tonight. She's had 2 charges. She's had a couple of travels, but she's gotten herself in some trouble. I think she's trying to make up for the fact that she hasn't scored much tonight. And she's really given some issues, and now they're going to get another foul on Independence. This may be the 5th one on Lemos. She throws her hands up in disgust. And that is the 5th one on Kalia Lemos, so she will foul out. Independence cannot be happy with the way that the foul distribution has been in this game. However, from a Fort Scott standpoint, Independence has been very physical. We saw down in Coffeyville, obviously not Independence, but in the same area. On Tuesday night, the game was called very physical. So you wonder if that's maybe something Independence is used to, and these officials up here in Fort Scott not letting things get out of hand quite as much as what happened in Coffeyville the other night. Pass comes down inside, now back outside, now back inside. They get it to Kylie this time. Rebound no good, but tie ball on the rebound. Great job there by Aubrey Yarick to stick her hands in there as she ties up Alex Jones. And Fort Scott will get the ball back here. They give it right back up. Johnson. And a whistle. Now the officials are going to discuss. This could be a 3rd charge on Etchison. Oh. Called a block this time. So Etchison will draw the foul this time instead of commit the foul. And going to be the fourth one on Claire McElroy. Again, Claire has 4 fouls. Abby Gorman has 1. Raven Kegler has 1, but that's it. Those are the only fouls called on Fort Scott here tonight so far. Abby Gorman will check in as Claire McElroy will come out with those 4 fouls. First free throw by Etchison was good. Second free throw, in and out, no good. Rebound taken by Fort Scott as Keegan ended up with it. Kylie had it for a moment initially, and now Keegan gets her pocket picked. Now ball loose again on the floor as somebody came up from behind. I think they're going to get a foul on. Yeah, they called a foul on Fort Scott. They called it on Keegan Yarrick. I don't know. Keegan was going for the ball. I thought they might call a foul on Brown because she was coming up behind Etchison, but they call a foul on Keegan, and it'll be Independence basketball. Not for long as Fort Scott steals it away. Gorman, shot there, doesn't go. Aubrey Yarrick went to get it and had it knocked out of her hands and out of bounds. So it'll stay with Fort Scott here. 2:28 to go in the fourth quarter. Lady Tigers with the lead, 30-27. Inbounds play comes into Keegan and missed it off the rim. Rebound chased down by Independence. Etchison had it and then slid. That's usually called a travel. Now they're going to call jump ball. The Tiger faithful over on the far side. Usually when a player grabs the ball and then slides on the floor, they'll call a travel. They didn't in this case. And the ball goes back over to Independence on the alternate possession. Inbounds play comes into Etchison. 30-27. Fort Scott had a great start to this fourth quarter, but Independence been all Independence since about midway through this period. Trying to get back in this one, down by just 3. Beshear has it, now finds Etchison. She'll drive in, kicks it back to Johnson. Moves to her right, shot there, too strong. Rebound by Kylie on the inside. Back out to Brown. Brown will walk it up the floor here for the Tigers as we dip under 2 minutes to play in regulation. Allie will take it to the left side, now kicks it to Keegan. She'll move it around to the right. Now back to Gorman at the top. Abby goes to her left. Now back to Allie Brown. And back to Keegan here. Now Etchison able to knock it away. Now they're loose on the floor again. And Etchison and Yarrick may be hurt here. As they're letting this get a bit physical again here. We talked earlier, we're calling a lot of fouls early in this game, especially on Independence, not letting it get very physical. And now in the last couple of minutes, they've let it get really physical. And previously, Etchison knocked the ball away. I think that was fine, but she went after it with Keegan. They both hit each other and fell awkwardly on each other. And hopefully they're both okay. I think Coach Steps is the one that called the timeout there, so Fort Scott will be down. Another timeout. .121 to go. Fort Scott with the inbounds here, leading by just 3. Independence is going to come with a full court press. Allie Brown came right to the inbounder to get the ball in for Fort Scott. Now she'll get it across the timeline. Over to Keegan. Now they'll try to go to Aubrey, and it's deflected out of bounds by Independence. I think Etchison's the one that got her hand on it there. Ball comes into Comstock. Now back out to Brown. Fort Scott's going to have to hold on to the ball here. Got a whistle and a foul going to be called out front on Independence. It'll go on Maddox, her third. It's also the fourth team foul on Independence here in the quarter, and now the Bulldogs will call a timeout. They'll take their first one. It'll be a full timeout. So 61 seconds to go in regulation time here tonight of game one of the varsity doubleheader. Liberty Savings has been in Fort Scott since 1919, helping community members with their banking needs for over 100 years. Visit them at 24 South Judson or call 620-223-0300. H2 Painting LLC, the right way the first time. Look them up on Facebook at Facebook.com/H2PaintingSEK or call them at 620-605-2769. Fort Scott to inbound the basketball. We'll get it in to Kylie. Shot is good and the foul. Foul is on Madeline Bashir. Free throw in and out, no good for Comstock. And also, we'll put Fort Scott in the bonus here as we head to the end of this one. Fort Scott leading by 5 now, 32-27. Shot there by Etchison, off balance. No good. Rebound, Fort Scott. Keegan will grab a hold of the ball there. 40 seconds to go, and now Etchison steals it again. Got to hold on to the ball. And we're going to get a blocking foul called on Fort Scott. I think part of that was Allie Brown was way under the basket. Now, again, there's no semicircle. I keep wanting to say oval. It's not an oval. There's no semicircle in high school basketball, but a lot of officials, as Etchison took a tumble, I heard a thump, and must have been Etchison falling on the floor. Now, the basketball floor here, the length of the basketball floor, as you can tell on Duckbait TV, is wood, but as soon as you get right behind the baseline, there's a metal divider, and then that's, I believe, concrete behind there. And so if Etchison, it's possible she may have landed on that a little awkwardly. It looks like she's going to be okay. Are they going to sub in for her? The officials are making Independence sub in for Etchison here to get her, I guess, looked at. Sarah Veely will check in, shoot the free throws. She misses the first. Sarah Veely, a 5'4" freshman. Second free throw, that one goes. And I believe Independence is going to call a timeout to get Etchison back in the game. That was kind of awkward, you would think. Now, a couple of things. First of all, I believe one of the trainers came out to check on Etchison. Usually, if a trainer comes out, you got to go off the floor to get checked out. So that may have been the reason for that there. But it is a little bit awkward, too, with the free throws because in some leagues, if you can't shoot your free throws, you're out for the rest of the night. That's not the case here in Kansas, obviously. But it is a little bit awkward when you've got the free throws there that a lot of times they'll let you stay in and shoot those free throws unless you just can't stand and walk and get to the free throw line. So a little bit awkward there, but either way, Fort Scott leads it by 4, 34.3 seconds to go here in regulation time. Fort Scott will have an inbound play upcoming. And they will have to do a much better job. They have really struggled the last couple of weeks in holding on to the basketball. getting it up the floor, getting it across the timeline. So they'll get it. We got a whistle. Now this is I noticed this happened the other night. This happened tonight here too. They started the clock. They should not have started the clock. So I don't know if they're going to seek, because here's the thing. Fort Scott, and they're going to get an intentional foul on Independence, and I think the reasoning it's an intentional foul is because the ball never came in bounds. So we've seen the Lady Tigers do this before. This is something Coach Steps has in the back of his playbook, and they've used it several times this season. So on a made basket, you can run the baseline, right? You can take that a step further and pass from one side of the baseline to the other as long as the ball doesn't come in bounds. You can do that like running and give yourself an opportunity. And now, as Aubrey Yarrick at the line there missed both free throws for Fort Scott. So tough luck there for Aubrey and the Lady Tigers. Coach Bird trying to get the explanation. So I believe what happened in this case, what happened the other night, and I noticed it when I was watching the game back later, was I don't know if the scores table thought that the ball was thrown in bounds, but either way, when they made the pass, the clock started and ran 4 seconds off. Nobody caught it. I didn't catch it in game, but it happened again there, and now we got a whistle as Independence will get another foul. But I think why they called it an intentional foul is they said that Aubrey got hit and the ball wasn't in bounds yet. I think that's why they had to call that an intentional foul. That's going to be another foul on Brooklyn Maddox here. They put 3 on the board. I already had her for 3. Free throw by Brown is good. First one is good. Second one, no good. So 33-28. Etchison's back on the floor, and she lost the ball. They get it to Johnson, though. Turnaround shot, in and out, no good. Rebound taken by Etchison. So drive all the way around, taking a lot of time off the clock. We got a whistle and a travel. 12.1 seconds to go. Now Fort Scott again. They got to get it in bounds. Aubrey Yarrick will toss it into Kylie. They tried to foul. They didn't call it. Kylie's going to go all the way to the bucket. Stops there, and now they call a foul with 4.5 seconds to go. Tion Johnson tried to foul Kylie Comstock not long after she got the ball in bounds, but didn't do it aggressively enough, I guess. Does foul her at the other end, so that's the third foul on Johnson. And free throw good for Kylie. First one of 2. Second one also good. 35-28. Now that lead goes out to 7. Independence will bring it down. Shot there by Johnson. Doesn't go, and that will end this one as Fort Scott will take the victory 35-28 here in the girls varsity game tonight. So Fort Scott with the victory here tonight, 35-28, your final score. We will go ahead and stop the broadcast here because the senior night festivities are coming up here momentarily. So we'll stop the broadcast, refresh your device, and we'll have the